Some other congratulations are in store, though.
Okay.
Shohei Ohtani.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations to Shohei Ohtani, inking the 1-year, $30 million deal, which going to explain all of this to you real quick because it can get confusing in baseball when you start talking about, like, well, wait a second. Why was it 1 year? Shohei Ohtani's 1-year deal for $30 million is basically just avoiding arbitration. Now, arbitration it comes along in baseball before you're a free agent, when you're just trying to figure out numbers and avoid going to arbitration and battling it out in court and figuring out how much money somebody's going to make. They got that done out of the way early. So Shohei Ohtani will make $30 million next year, an increase of from $5.5 million this year, which is the largest increase in salary year over year in history. $5.5 million, and gets a record increase for arbitration-eligible players. The $30 million is the highest salary in history for arbitration-eligible players, passing Mookie Betts from a few years ago, coming off of his unbelievable season with the Red Sox. So really cool, really special moment, and this goes almost without saying. This was needed. Shohei Ohtani making $5.5 million in a year is almost criminal for how much he was doing for that team, how much he was doing for that organization. So the previous record jump in salary was from Jacob deGrom, $9.6 million. This is quite the jump up, and he absolutely deserves it. So good for Shohei. Now, a couple important things here. He is still a free agent after the 2023 season. This doesn't have anything to do with that. Basically, what this does is just avoid, normally in the offseason, it comes right before spring training. You hear so-and-so settled with his team and will make this amount of money in his arbitration year. The Angels just got this out of the way with Shohei early. So good for both sides here. The Angels knew what they wanted. They paid Shohei for the year, and both sides agreed on this. But this is by no means Shohei locking it up with the Angels for years to come. He still will be a free agent and will make more than $30 million a year. But this is great news for Shohei when it comes to next year.
Yeah, and honestly, you could have given me any number and I would have said he deserves it. Mm-hmm. Anything higher, because top 5, he is still top 5 salaries next season. He's still at number 16 for the entire league. And he has 2 teammates in the top 5. You have Max Scherzer's first. Anthony Rendon is second, getting $38.6 million. Mike Trout is third at $37.1 million. Wow. Then Garrett Cole and Corey Seager. And Ohtani is at 16 with $30 million. And he is arguably the best player in the league, and he will be 16th paid best player with 2 teammates above him. But he's getting paid, which is what matters because he deserves that. But there's also a lot of uncertainty with this franchise next year. Artie Moreno mentioned that he is looking to sell the team. So what's the next owner's vision going to be? Is it going to align with Shohei Ohtani after next season when he becomes a free agent? And I know this is not something Angel fans want to hear and talk about, but how likely do you see him getting traded?
Yeah, I think what this deal does is just buy everybody some time. This was the Angels saying, which obviously they should be saying, you're our guy. We believe in you. We want to pay you. And, we want to prove to you that we are ready to win. It buys them time, and it buys Shohei's side time. It's okay. I need to see a commitment to win, and I need to see that now. And Shohei has been vocal about that. He said, I want to win. And if that is with the Angels, great, fantastic. That's plan 1A. If it's not with the Angels, and if they can't show a commitment to winning in the next couple of years and now the next year, well, maybe something's going to happen. So what this does is just buy them time. It buys everybody time. He has his deal. He's going to get paid. Now the Angels need to go out and show a commitment and a willingness to change, because going out and paying one of the better players in baseball in his young 30s, the most money in the world for 10 years, isn't the recipe. We've seen that. That's not the recipe. So what is the recipe? We don't know. But they have to show it. So as you said, Alex, Artie Moreno has said he's looking to sell the team. Is that going to happen? How does that look? Who is going to be the new owner? Who does the new owner hire? What players do they look to bring in? These are all questions over the next year that have to be figured out, or you are in danger of losing the most talented baseball player in history. That still could happen. Things could happen. This isn't a lockup for the future. In my opinion, this is just, okay, hey, this is kind of an in good graces deal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're not going to take you to court. We're not going to do the whole court arbitration thing. This is hey, we're willing to get this done very early. We know what we want to pay you. Let's agree on this deal for 1 year and then go from there. And who knows, potentially look to lock him up long term or look to trade or whatever it may be. This just buys time, and the Angels are doing the right thing and in good graces, just paying him ahead of when the deadline is months from now.
Yeah, I think the most important thing for Ohtani should be, how do I get to the postseason?
Yeah.
Because the most disappointing thing for baseball fans right now is that we're not going to get to see one of the best players in the game play late into October and into November. He should be playing right now. We should be seeing the best players in the game, along with Mike Trout, who hasn't really, he's played 3 playoff games and got swept. So the Angels need to figure it out. They need to figure out if they can build around him and help build a winning culture, franchise, everything. They have 2 of the top 5 most highest paid players next season, and they're not in the postseason. That can't happen.
I just thought of a question for you.
Okay.
And it's kind of putting you on the spot because I don't even know the answer here.
Okay.
But you're an Angels fan and worked there for years.
A decade.
And know a lot of these guys. So I have a hypothetical question for you.
Okay.
You as an Angels fan.
Yeah.
Let's say that the Angels aren't going to make the playoffs for the next decade. Let's just throw that out there.
Whoa.
Would you rather have Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani on your team for that time, or would you rather them go elsewhere and you get to see them win?
If they're not going to be in the postseason for 10 years, they deserve to win.
Yeah.
As a baseball fan and a fan of the game, these are 2 of the top players in the league. They deserve to be playing in the postseason. I think it's really bad and really sad if we don't get to see both of them play in the postseason.
That's obviously the standpoint I come from. As
Yeah.
I'm not a diehard Angels fan. I'm a fan of the game of baseball, and I want more than anything might be a stretch. I want and need Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani in the playoffs. And if it's with the Angels, great.
Yeah.
If it's not, and they're not going to show a commitment, or maybe it's not even a commitment, because I don't think it's fair to say that they haven't shown a commitment to winning. They just haven't done it right. And actually it's the way they've gone about it, it has been detrimental to the organization in the long run. So they need to show a commitment to winning and a better ability to be able to win in the future. And I'm hopeful that they can be a part of it and go to the playoffs. And if not, as a baseball fan, I want to see them there. And if it's elsewhere, so be it. The baseball world needs to see them on the biggest stage in the playoffs and winning games. And they're 2 of the best to ever do it. And to be 2 of the best to ever do it and to miss out on the playoffs time and time again just doesn't sit right with me.
No, I'm 100% with you.
Yeah.